Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Two of Arrows and Injustice. Now, this just fell off yesterday. The card that fell off today is the Mirror. So, with this card and thinking about it with the Three of Vessels that we had with Joy yesterday, you've kind of sat back. You've listened to all the advice and the mentorship of the Court cards and the Stag, and you found this little bit of joy that's going on, within yourself, and you're kind of in a state of conflicts, all right? And you're looking at it going, for me to move forward, I need to do this. Whether it's in a relationship or, a job situation or something like that. And, I have to be who others want me to be. And this is not the path you want to go down. So there's a little internal conflict going on within. And you're looking at it and you're saying, how can I keep the joy emanating outside when I've got all this internal conflict inside? Things don't feel balanced right now. And the Knight of Stones and the Horse, the Knight of Arrows and the Hawk, they're both looking at you saying, yeah, that's correct. There's that tactician or fighter empathy that you have to have as you're moving forward. But the Bear looks at you and says, you know what? Whatever decision you make, you're going to be protected. The universe has got your back. You've built up a lot of good stuff in the past to move forward. And, you have to make that space to help others out, okay? And if sometimes that means, coming to that internal conflict and saying, look, I need to go this way, that's an internal sacrifice that you're making to go go the other way. And the King of Bows is looking at you, and, he's saying, not every decision is easy. Every decision that you make is difficult, all right? And that's why you're closed off. You're closed off to what's going on, because you don't want other people to see, this indecision point. But, to not make a decision is a decision as well. And you've got your foot on the bow of the creativity, and the adder realizes that, right? He sees that and says, in order for you to lead, you have to lead with that creative, fiery passion that you have. You can't sit there with your foot on the head of, metaphorically, the head of the snake, and not make a decision to either let it go or kill it, right? You can't let this decision hold you back from being who you are. And the Stag looks at you and says during this conversation, with all your mentors, if you tear down a tree, and I recognize that, one would expect you to plant another tree in its place. So in other words, you reap what you sow. With every consequence, with every decision, let me rephrase that. With every decision you make, there's a consequence that has to be paid. Sometimes externally, sometimes internally. The key here in your decision making is to do what's right in your heart. To make that decision, listen to the universe, and move forward. And while you're sitting there and, you're drinking out of that cup of joy, you notice that your eyes are blindfolded. You don't really want to see the truth that's laying ahead of you. And there is some challenges ahead. There are some obstacles ahead. You've been enjoying this great ride here for such a long time, for the last 6-7 weeks, that you've forgotten how it feels to feel challenged. And there's growth. There's growth when it's challenging. There's growth when there's obstacles in front of you. And that internal conflict is just guiding you to the point where, all right, I need to get out of my head a little bit and make that decision and take my foot off this bow and shoot these arrows. And just like the archer, that we've seen here, a week, 10 days ago, is I want to keep my eyes on a prize. And that's the decision that you're going to make today. All right? You're going to listen to what your heart is. You're going to listen to what those mentors have to say. And you're going to keep looking for that joy within and without. So that's today's card of the day, the Two of Arrows and Injustice. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.